crowd fell silent. Not the kind of silence you hear when someone's lining up a crucial putt, but the eerie, almost supernatural quiet that descends when something truly impossible is about to unfold before your very eyes. It was a Tuesday afternoon at TPC Sawgrass, the kind of day where the Florida sun cast long shadows across the perfectly manicured fairways, and the wind whispered secrets through the towering pines. Charlie Woods stood on the tee box, his slight frame dwarfed by the magnitude of the moment. At just 15 years old, he was about to attempt something that had humbled golf legends, broken careers, and sent grown men into fits of rage and despair. The par 5 second hole at TPC Sawgrass stretched out before him like a green canvas, waiting for a master's brushstroke. But this wasn't just any canvas. This was hallowed ground, where golf history lived and breathed. The boy took a deep breath, his fingers adjusting their grip on the club with the precision of a surgeon preparing for the operation of a lifetime. In the gallery, whispers began to ripple through the crowd like electricity through water. "That's Tiger's son," someone murmured. "Look at that stance," another voice added. But what they were about to witness wasn't just about bloodlines or genetics. It was about pure, raw talent colliding with perfect timing in a way that defies explanation. The wind shifted. A hawk circled overhead as if nature itself was holding its breath. Charlie's eyes locked onto his target, a distant flag that seemed impossibly far away, guarded by water hazards that had claimed the dreams of countless golfers before him. What happened next would be replayed millions of times, analyzed frame by frame, and talked about in golf circles for generations to come. This is the story of the shot that changed everything. If you want to witness more incredible moments like this, hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell. Trust me, you won't want to miss what's coming next in the world of golf. TPC Sawgrass on a perfect Florida afternoon, where legends are made and dreams are shattered in equal measure. The stadium course, with its iconic island green and unforgiving water hazards, has been the stage for some of golf's most dramatic moments. But on this particular day, something special was brewing in the air. Something that even the most seasoned golf observers couldn't have predicted. Charlie Woods had been making waves in junior golf circuits, but this was different. This was TPC Sawgrass, the place where his father had carved out some of his most memorable victories, where the pressure can crush even the most experienced professionals. Yet here stood Charlie, calm as a morning lake, preparing to take on one of golf's most challenging venues. The second hole at TPC Sawgrass is a beast of a par 5, stretching 532 yards of pure intimidation. It's the kind of hole that makes grown men recalculate their life choices. Water lurks on the left side like a hungry predator, while bunkers guard the landing areas with military precision. Most golfers approach this hole with the respect you'd show a sleeping dragon, carefully, cautiously, and with a healthy dose of fear. But Charlie Woods isn't most golfers. As he addressed the ball on the tee, something magical began to unfold. The swing that followed wasn't just technique, it was poetry in motion, a perfect symphony of rotation, timing, and power that seemed to channel generations of golfing DNA. The ball exploded off the club face with a crack that echoed across the course like thunder. Announcing a storm, what happened next defied physics, probability, and common sense. The ball soared through the Florida sky with the trajectory of a guided missile, carrying over water hazards that have swallowed thousands of golf balls before it. It was tracking perfectly, or even the most optimistic observer couldn't have predicted what was about to unfold. The ball landed on the green with the gentleness of a butterfly touching down on a flower petal. Took 2 small bounces and then began its inexorable journey toward the cup. Time seemed to slow down as the gallery realized what they were witnessing. This wasn't just going to be close, this was going to be extraordinary. The roar that erupted when the ball disappeared into the cup was unlike anything heard at TPC Sawgrass in years. A double eagle-on albatross for our international friends achieved by a 15-year-old on one of golf's most challenging courses. The odds of making a double eagle are roughly 1 in 6 million for an average golfer, but this wasn't about statistics. This was about a moment when talent, preparation, and destiny converged in perfect harmony. Let's break down what made this shot so incredibly special. First, the club selection was absolutely crucial. Charlie chose a driver off the tee. But not just any driver swing. This was a controlled power fade that took advantage of the wind conditions and the hole's layout. The ball flight was absolutely perfect, starting slightly left and curving gently back toward the target with the precision of a master painter's brushstroke. The distance was remarkable too. Charlie generated clubhead speed that would make many touring professionals envious, yet maintained the control necessary to find such a precise target. The ball carried 285 yards through the air before its first bounce, which tells us everything we need to know about the quality of contact and the efficiency of energy transfer. From club to ball, but technique alone doesn't explain what happened next. The way the ball reacted on the green showed incredible understanding of trajectory and spin rates. Charlie had clearly calculated not just where the ball would land, but how it would behave once it got there. The slight draw spin he imparted helped the ball release toward the flag rather than spinning away from it. A subtle touch that separates good golfers from great ones. The mental aspect of this achievement cannot be overstated. TPC Sawgrass has a way of getting inside players' heads, whispering doubts and amplifying fears. The water hazards aren't just physical obstacles, they're psychological warfare. Yet Charlie approached this shot with the composure of someone playing a casual round at their home course. There was no visible tension, no overthinking. It's a pure execution based on instinct and preparation. Tiger Woods, watching from the gallery, later described the moment as surreal. I've seen Charlie hit incredible shots in practice, but to do it on this stage, under these conditions, it reminded me why I fell in love with this game in the first place, he said. Coming from someone who has achieved virtually everything possible in golf, that statement carries incredible weight. The immediate reaction from fellow competitors was equally telling. Professional golfers who have spent decades honing their craft watched in amazement as a teenager accomplish something they had never done. The respect and admiration in their eyes wasn't just for the shot itself, but for the way Charlie handled the moment. No excessive celebration, no showboating, just a quiet acknowledgement of something special. Social media exploded within minutes of the shot. Golf analysts, former professionals, and casual fans alike shared and reshared the footage, each adding their own commentary to what quickly became one of the most viral golf moments in recent memory. The video garnered millions of views within hours, with golf legends from around the world weighing in on its significance. What makes this achievement even more remarkable is the historical context. Double eagles at TPC Sawgrass are extraordinarily rare, even among touring professionals. The combination of distance, hazards, and pressure makes it one of the most challenging venues to achieve such a feat. For Charlie to do it at his age, in his first major tournament appearance at the course, adds layers of improbability that border on the miraculous. The technical analysis of the swing reveals fascinating details about Charlie's development as a golfer. His setup position showed remarkable maturity, with perfect alignment and posture that many professional coaches spend years trying to instill in their students. The takeaway was smooth and controlled, creating the wide arc necessary for maximum power generation while maintaining the precision required for accurate ball striking. The transition from backswing to downswing was particularly impressive, showing the kind of sequencing that generates both power and accuracy. Charlie's lower body initiated the downswing while his upper body remained coiled, creating the separation that allows for explosive release through the impact zone. The lag in his wrists was maintained perfectly until just before impact. When all that stored energy was unleashed with devastating effect, the follow-through told its own story of controlled aggression and balanced finish. Charlie's body position at the completion of his swing showed he had given the shot everything he had while maintaining the stability necessary for consistent ball striking. It was a swing that combined the fearlessness of youth with the wisdom of extensive coaching and practice golf.